And now you can see the Anime and Alcohol Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours, a dinner menu, and happy hour, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information. It's Sunday morning, 8 a.m. That means it's time to drink some beer and talk some anime and other stuff. This is the Anime and Alcohol Show, live here on Rough Edge FM, with your host, Devin Crow.
Good morning. Hello, everyone watching right now. We really appreciate all the 0 listeners that we have and watchers.
We have a comment already.
No, that was Streamlabs.
No, you don't have to give it away.
Well, they can see comments.
Oh, never mind. Oh, you have 10,000 listeners, and no, that's okay. It's somebody will come along and watch, and then people will listen. They listen a lot, so that is the good thing here. So, and if you want to listen, you can just go to Spreaker or any of the big podcast places and find the Anime and Alcohol Show. You can even ask Alexa. Did you know that?
Yeah.
You can ask her to play the Anime and Alcohol podcast, and she'll do it.
That's pretty awesome.
Is what it is.
Have you seen the Netflix podcast?
No.
Yeah, I think Netflix has a podcast thing now.
So they're carrying podcasts?
Yeah.
Well, they should. And they should carry ours. Video podcasts.
Oh.
Well, they may not be able to. I'll try to enter ours. We'll see if it happens. That'd be fun to be on Netflix, wouldn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome the one viewer that we have right now.
You're our hero. We worship you.
We appreciate. I don't know about worship.
They went away.
Oh.
So fuck you.
It says we have one. It says there's one there.
Sorry,
there's one there. I take
somewhere. Back the FU thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Maybe it's just me watching the.
That's why you can't count in that meter. We've actually had people interacting with us on the show, and it says 0. Wait, how is he watching and interacting if there's 0? Unless it's not a real person.
There's the one. Now it's showing up.
Okay.
It's just delayed.
Greetings and welcome to the Anime and Alcohol Show.
Welcome to the Anime and Alcohol Show. So a highly anticipated game came out just this week, and it is called Crimson Desert. And there was a lot of trailers and for this game, like hyping it up, and there's a lot to this game. Like, there's a big mix of like Zelda, Dark Soul. Like, I mean, there's just like a sprinkle of everything in this fucking game. It's wild, and it very, very ambitious. It's also highly anticipated as well. And so it released, and the big budget critics like IGN and all this other shit, they absolutely trashed this game. And originally, like the first day it released on Steam, it came with mixed reviews, and these are user reviews. And a lot of it was the controls. It is very like controller friendly over mouse and keyboard.
Okay.
And a lot of people were complaining about the requirements for needing to use mouse and keyboard of like, to do this, you have to press control and C, or control and this,
There's a lot of people that prefer.
Yes.
They don't like the controllers. They prefer the
yes.
keyboards.
I can't use mouse and keyboard because of my Tourette's.
Right.
So I always appreciate it when they add controller support in a video game on PC. And I get it. I legitimately get it. There's like the jump button is X on a controller. And then to inspect or interact, you have to hold X down. Well, like I am still getting used to, when I see the pop-up of like there's a chest and you want to open it, I'm still getting used to that. I have to hold the X button down in order for me to open it. Otherwise, I'll like, but also the same X also is the same as like climb onto stuff as well.
Oh,
So like I'll press X and I'll climb on top of the chest instead of holding it down. But there's like a lot. I mean a lot of fucking of just like memorizing individual like commands and stuff like that. It's pretty wild. There's a lot to it. So I get it. I get that.
so how much? I mean, you're saying that you have to use the controller a little bit differently,
Yes.
and the people who use the keyboard have to use it a lot more differently.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
I got
So
it.
a lot of complaints were just how complex the
But doesn't
the
that enrich
controls
the
are.
game, or does it just
It can take away from the
distract
game.
you?
It can be a little distracting, kind of take away from the game, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Um,
I would just think there's more you can do if there's more you can
yeah.
manipulate.
I will say this though, for a brand new game that came out in 2026, the developers really considered the people's specs that are in PCs, because the minimum requirement graphics card is a RTX 1060, which is generations old.
Oh, really?
Is a very old graphics card. One of the best. The 10 series was a fantastic graphics card series, and most new AAA title games that come out, really, the minimum specs is the 20 series, and we're talking that's a like a 4 or 5 year gap in between graphics cards. So, and the minimum required specs for the game to run, it's not going to look absolutely stunning or amazing, but
Right.
they really consider, because a lot of people still have those graphics cards, and a lot of people can't afford to upgrade their PC right now because of how expensive RAM is, because of AI and all kinds of shit, So
Yeah.
like to get like a brand new game that came out right now, and you can play the game with your older hardware, is fantastic.
It's a great idea. That's smart of them.
Yes. Well, a lot of people are like, like we still have this equipment. It still runs most of my games that I want to play and everything else like this. But all these AAA title games that are coming out
they're using the most modern technology.
Yes. And it's, it either looks like a potato or won't play at all. But
I like potatoes.
Yeah. Potatoes are delicious. They are the most satiating food in the world.
I believe that.
Yeah. But I think it's really funny because like the critics are just review bombing it. And I mean, they gave it like a 6 out of 10, or, just really dumb scores. I don't think it really deserves that in general, but, just goes to show you, because these are the same critics that Concord, the video game Concord that came out, and we talked about this when it came out, but they heavily praised Concord when it came out, and that game was an absolute disaster. One of Sony's biggest flops in video game history ever. It did terribly. It was not received well by fans, and it was they spent over $1 billion on this game.
That's insane. That's a lot of money.
Yes. Like they spent.
So they took it in the shorts on that one.
Yes. And they shut Concord down within a few days of it releasing. Like that's how bad it was.
I remember reading about that being short-lived. I mean, I never played it or anything like that, but I remember the news stories about it. I didn't realize they'd put $1 billion in it to shut it down like that.
Yeah. It was shut down. It was shut down so fast, and they gave refunds to people that bought it digitally.
Wow.
Like on the PlayStation Store, because it was a Sony exclusive, right? Like they gave refunds to everyone that bought it.
Okay. But so they're comparing Crimson Desert, which you were talking to right now, to that one. Is that what you're saying?
No, not necessarily comparing it, but they gave. Here's the thing: it doesn't meet the AAA studio criteria, right? So like, obviously these reviewers are paid to boost their reviews of these games, because if a reviewer says, "Oh my God, Concord is so great, it's visionary and blah 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 blah," and then every single fan hates this fucking game. Curious, right? And they did the same thing. They did the same thing to, you know, I wouldn't say they did the same thing, but Expedition 33, when that came out, that was made by a small studio of, 30 people. And, I don't even think it had 30 people, but a small studio of people. And, it took the world by storm last year. In fact, it won Game of the Year and, swept the video game awards and everything else like that. But it wasn't a AAA game studio, so there was a lot of slander involved on this game because it wasn't a AAA game studio making this game. And, you get these studios that are AAA studios, and they're just like, well, I don't understand why people like this game so much, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, well, we don't want a game that's poured, hundreds of millions of dollars into this game. We want something that's fun, that has a great story, that, we just want to play something entertaining. And they constantly get this idea, AAA studios like Ubisoft or or Sony Game Studios, Xbox, that they get this, like, this is what players want to see. This is what, this is what they want to see. And it's not, and we want to see, and even female gamers, they want to see really pretty women in video games, but these American studios, man, they just fuck everything up, and they just
Well, it's hard to predict what people want. I mean, that's the problem. If it was easy, then everybody'd have a hit.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. It's the same thing with movies. Movies, well, this is going to get people into theaters, and then it doesn't. It's like, well, what happened? Well, you were made a mistake in your calculation of who was going to go see this movie. It's the same with video games with a different audience.
Yeah. And then the other thing too is these AAA game studios, they release these games that they're charging $80 for a base game, and the game releases and there's $100 and something odd dollars worth of fucking extra content for the game. And, it's not a finished game. It needs multiple patches. It's super glitchy. You're falling through the floor and all this other shit. And you're like, well, this game's not done.
Yeah.
The only game I will give an exception to, and this is the only game I'll ever give an exception to being a released game that should have been released, was Cyberpunk 2077.
And why is that?
Because they announced, this was CD Projekt Red, and they announced this Cyberpunk game, and it was a very ambitious, and this was years and years and years ago, by the way. It was very ambitious, and they'd been working on it, and they said, hey, we're not ready to release this game. We're not going to, when the release, oh, this is going to be December of fucking 2020 or whatever, right? And they kept saying, oh, we're pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. And then the investors and the shareholders basically said, you have to release this game now. And it's just like, well, it's not ready. And they're like, well, just release it anyways. And they released it, and it did terribly because it was super buggy, super glitchy. And they were fighting to not release the game so they could put more work into it and actually finish it and get rid of the bugs and everything else like that. But they were forced to release the game. So it's the only game I'll give an exception to of being released early.
They didn't want to, but
they did not want to release the game early, but they were forced to. And here's what bothers me. No one talks about that. When they talk about and the game's good now. They've done a bunch of hot fixes and everything else like that. Like, the game is super fun and playable and everything else like that. But no one talks about how, when they talk about this failure launch of Cyberpunk, no one talks about how everyone just blames CD Projekt Red for it. And it was like, well, it wasn't CD Projekt Red's fault. They didn't want to release the game. They were forced to release the game.
Yeah, but people with the money.
Yes.
Money people always get.
So that's what bothers me. But back to Crimson Desert. It is a very ambitious game. It looks fantastic. It plays. I have had 0 frame rate issues in this game. Nothing. It plays beautifully. The controls are terrible. very, very complex controls, even on a controller, and it's not like bad or anything else like
Are
that.
you getting used to it, or
yeah,
is it,
yeah, I'm
it's
getting
just complex, right?
it's just complex. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of mechanics and all this other shit that you have to do with it, but it's not like impossible. I haven't played mouse and keyboard, so I can't speak for that,
Right.
but there are, like running, you have to press like control and C and tap the C button and all that. Like I get why some people are complaining about the controls. Um I'm only 3 hours into the game. Another thing that people are saying is the story is not the greatest story in the world. It's not a very narrative based game, and I can definitely agree with that being 3 hours in, and like I've just been wandering around the world. It's beautiful.
That's what you were saying.
Yes.
You like exploring it.
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely beautiful. You see this big landscape and you can ride your horse all the way down there. You can run all the way to this area and this and that. So like it looks fantastic. I mean, the game's rendered beautifully. It looks good. It's really fun. The combat is very engaging as well. So like it doesn't I would say it's easily like an 8 out of 10,
Oh, okay.
just as it is right now. If they do some hot fixes and fix some stuff on
And
there,
they will.
and I mean, it could easily be a 10 out of 10 game,
Wow.
and I don't they couldn't fix the story, but and there's some emails that are saying, like, yeah, from like the developer that was saying like they wanted to have a different story originally and then they scrapped it last minute and then they kind of haphazardly put this other story into there. But yeah, it's just a single player open world game and it's really nice. Just, a video game's releasing right now and it's just single player open world and you can do whatever the fuck you want in this game. Like if you want to be a bad guy and kill everybody in town, you can be a bad guy and kill everybody in town. Like you can do all that stuff. So
I read somewhere an article one time, and this guy was complaining about it, and his issue isn't untrue, but he said that software, game software, regular, industrial software, any of that stuff, is the only industry that's been allowed to release things before they're completed.
yes,
He said any other industry you have to have a completed product
It
and
bothers-
done and put it out, but software you don't.
it bothers the fuck out of me
Yeah.
that these developer and you know what I would have no problem if a game, and Steam does this all the time with developers, they release a game early for early access.
Yeah.
It's not a completed game. Typically it's
But they tell you that, right?
Yes.
That's different.
Yes, and typically it's $10-15 more than what the game would be when it's fully released, so you get a little discount. You kind of get to play test this game. You can
Right.
report bugs and all this other stuff in the game, and you get a little discount for it, right? And I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But
That makes sense.
these AAA game studios that spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these games, and they just released slop at the beginning. And then the other thing too, like Crimson Desert and Expedition 33 got some flack for this, and this is what I don't understand. Expedition 33 got some flack because they used generative AI in some of the game, and it wasn't the development or anything else like that. It was like pictures and flyers around. They used generative AI for that, and they got all kinds of flack, hate for it. And there's a lot of hate for AI in gaming industry. No one wants to see it. It's fucking stupid. It takes away.
There's a lot of hate for AI in general.
Yes,
to be honest.
but here's the thing. It's not like they used AI for the monsters. They didn't use AI for the characters. They used AI for background images. Okay. Is that really that big of a deal? No. And then they later on they did a hot fix on that and removed the AI stuff and added in actual stuff that they did.
So was the AI like a placeholder
Yes.
until they got that done?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Crimson Desert right now, they use some generative AI for the same exact stuff, and they're not getting anywhere near the hate for it, which bothers the fuck out of me. They did say, oh yes, we did use generative AI for posters and paintings and stuff like that, and people are like, oh, well, you're gonna hot fix it later and put the real stuff in. And they're like, we don't know. And people are like, oh, okay. Well, what do you mean? Oh, okay.
You're all over the other game.
You're all over the other game, which is a far superior game to Crimson Desert, by the way, far superior. hands down. There's no question. Expedition 33 is a better game than Crimson Desert. Yeah, but like there's less hate and frustration, and I think what has to do with that as well is Crimson Desert just came out, and people are defending it so religiously over these AAA title because it's the AAA companies
Yeah.
that are putting all this shit out, and Expedition 33 went won awards and all this other stuff, and then it came out that there was like, oh, this is your game of the year, they used AI, and it's just like what, so but I don't, anytime a small studio or a smaller studio that's not Ubisoft or it really releases a game that's doing well, that was very ambitious, and so it's gonna get hate, and the reviewers are gonna get paid off by the AAA studios to not give it a good review so it doesn't do well and all this other shit. And
I reviewed movies for a long freaking time, and nobody ever paid me jack crap for a review. So I feel slighted. So.
Yeah, but like everyone's like, oh, have you seen IGN's? And like the comment, IGN will post a review of it, and there's like a lot of the comments are like, you gave Concord like a 10 out of 10. Like, we can't take
what a lot of that
serious.
is? Yeah, a lot of that is because advertising. We gave you this much advertising dollars. You need to give us a good review.
Yeah,
that's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to be honest about a review. So
yeah, so no one really trusts IGN and everything. And again, the review. It's funny because I go back to Steam because now it's mostly positive. It's sitting at probably like a 70, 77 or 80% mostly positive now. And a lot of the reviews that I saw day one that were negative, people have gone back and be like, okay, I've put a bit more hours into the game. I've changed my review because it is actually really fun, and this and that, which means one, you've gotten accustomed to the controls because it's not generic controls that you're used to. So you've gotten accustomed to that. And so,
I'm just curious what the Metacritic rating is for this.
78.
There it is right there. Look at that.
78.
Generally favorable. That's a good number.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll see. I'm only 3 hours in, and I mean, I've barely touched the main mission. I found some like shops that needed help, and they needed iron. Another guy needed fucking wood, and it was funny because like he was like, oh, I need you to cut down some fine lumber for me because it was a blacksmith. He's like, oh, my blacksmith hammer's no good anymore. I need to repair it. And so he gives you an axe, and you go, and I go to start chopping wood, and I'm hitting the wood and nothing's happening. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? You can't just run up to the wood and hit the wood. You have to run up to it. You have to like have the axe equipped, which I did. You have to press the left bumper, which allows you to focus on something, and then you chop at it. You can't just run up to it and start swinging at it
anywhere else.
Yeah, you can't just run up and just hit the swing button like you're attacking. You have to run up, left bumper, and then highlight the tree, and then start chopping at it. And you're just like, oh, okay. I'm not kidding you. I was hitting wood for like fucking 15 minutes, and I'm like, why isn't this tree fucking coming down? Like, man, this is some fine fucking lumber. And then like literally I did like the LB and focused on it and then hit it, and it came down in like two swings, and I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Okay, let me ask you a bizarre question because I don't I'm curious how this works. So you're in the game, and some guy comes up to you and asks you for help.
You walk up to him, but
you walk up to him.
Yes.
So he's a computer character, not another
NPC. It's an NPC.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, that explains everything.
Yes, there is no multiplayer.
I was thinking it was somebody else online playing with you.
No. There is not an online game. There's no other players in the game. It is a single player, single story driven. There is no online capabilities in this game at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Thought that was a little weird.
I hate MMO
cut
games.
Wood for me. Hey, screw you. Go cut your own wood.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate MMO games. I just don't like them because, yeah.
Is Conan an MMO game?
Yes.
My brother worships Conan.
I know he
He's
does.
on it for hours a day. Built his own server. Got people that pay him for his server. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So anyway, this one gets a good thumbs up.
I would say give it a shot. Here's the thing. I would also say wait a few months. Wait 6 months or something like that for the next big sale. Maybe it'll take a 20% sale price. Pick it up then. Pick it up when it's on sale.
Yeah.
Is it worth buying like right now? I would say yes, it's worth buying right now, but you could totally wait. You don't have to buy it right now. Wait for it to go on sale, pick it up then, and
work out some more bugs.
Let it work out some more bugs and go from there. Like it's not a huge it's fine. It's fine to wait,
And this was about $80.
I think it's $69.99.
Okay, so $7.
And if you want the deluxe edition, it's $10 more. So yeah, it's not a shit game. It's fun, but the story is not great. But like,
story not great, and then the controllers are complex.
There's tons of puzzles in the game, and there's so much to do. You don't even have to do the main story. You could just go out and fucking get lost in the world and be like, what have I been doing the last 3 hours? And
yeah, that's what you've been doing,
mining.
Right?
But like, it's really cool because like you can get a pickaxe and you can mine ore, or you can upgrade your bow at one point, because you get these little skill things. You can upgrade your bow, and then you can shoot with a charge shot into ore and it'll break it instantly.
Oh.
And you're like, oh, okay. So if you don't want to do the whole mining bullshit, you can
just blow shit up.
You could just blow shit up. So that's really neat too.
And everybody wants to blow it up.
Yeah.
Blowing up stuff is fun.
Yeah. So
cool. All right.
So give it a shot.
That's a good one to know. And I like the fact that you bought and played it anyway, despite the bad reviews, and learned that, okay, I can see where some of these reviews come from, but you can get past it.
Yes. Did you watch that movie, Scott? The Rock one? The
Project Hail Mary?
Project Hail Mary?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did.
What'd you think of it?
Do I have a graphic of it here?
No,
I have that.
That was my dinner last night. We can talk about that since it was put up there. I made something called milfoy nabe, which translates to like 1,000 layer or something like that.
I read it was slow, painful death.
And you take Napa cabbage and you take a protein of choice. I did pork belly, and you layer it in between the Napa cabbage, and then you cut them, and then you layer it in a pot to kind of look like a flower, basically. And then I take mushrooms, and I then add a stock. I added a tonkatsu broth to that, and then you bring it up to a boil, and then you simmer it till everything's cooked through. The pork belly doesn't take very long to cook, but the cabbage can. And then you serve it up and eat it, and it's.
I'm not going to eat that because I'm not a big mushroom fan, but I will tell you that is a gorgeous presentation. That looks like you're at some fancy restaurant and they're set that in front of you.
Yeah, and you can see the leftover Napa cabbage in the.
Oh yeah, looky there.
Top left there.
Yeah, it. I mean, despite the fact it's mushrooms, it very appetizing portrayal.
Have you ever had mushrooms simmered in tonkatsu broth before?
I'm scared to.
Why?
Because they'll kill you.
No, they won't.
I know. I'm just not a big mushroom guy. I can eat mushrooms if they're on a pizza, because they're usually minimal and they're few and far between, and they kind of fit on a pizza. But I've never had them like in a dish like that. That's just.
And those are just mushrooms on a pizza are just like super generic mushrooms.
Oh yeah,
these are not super
fancy
generic.
Buttered ones. So where did you get these at?
Seafood City in Oxnard.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's the only large Asian food store in Ventura County.
Yeah,
so
it's a cool store.
It's all right.
Yeah, well, you don't like it?
They're expensive.
Maybe. Yeah, I you know what? I've never actually purchased anything there. I go there and browse, and there's a ton of things I want to try.
Yeah,
but I've never.
Yeah, they're a little on the pricey side, but
okay. But you'd expect that, being it's mostly imports, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can go down to downtown LA and get the same stuff for a few bucks cheaper, but then I have to go to downtown LA. Right. So,
and they know that, which is why the prices are more here. So, and how busy is that place? Is it pretty busy?
It can get pretty busy sometimes.
I thought so.
I was there on Friday, so
yeah. And where's that located? The one in Oxnard?
That's over in the same parking lot off of Rose where Best Buy. It's where Babies R Us. Okay, Babies R Us used to be.
I wanted to make sure it was the same place. They have that. We went there for lunch one day, and had their because they have that lunch counter.
Yeah,
and it was different but very good.
They're getting a Jollibee in there. It looks like it's going to be opening up pretty soon. They got the signage and stuff, and they got the now hiring.
What's Jollibee?
Jollibee is Filipino. Is a Filipino fried chicken place.
Oh.
Now, if you've never had Jollibee, which I'm assuming you have not, it is the best fast food fried chicken.
Really?
Yes.
Is it just Jollibee or B?
It's Joli, but
this one here.
Yes. They have a lot of things there. They're known for their chicken, but they also have
restaurants.
They also have like Filipino stuff, like spaghetti.
Burgers and fries?
They have burgers and fries, but they have spaghetti, but it's Filipino spaghetti, and the sauce is made with banana ketchup.
I love their sign. It says chicken, burger, spaghetti.
Yes. They also have pancit, which is a Filipino noodle dish. Not a fan of it, by the way, but their fried chicken is hands down the best. They have two different fried chickens. They have a regular and a spicy. The spicy fried chicken is fucking amazing, by the way.
Chicken sandwich looks a lot like Chick-fil-A's good sandwich. So
yeah,
I'm look forward to that place opening. I'll
give
that a shot.
Yeah, the best fried chicken, and I don't think Shelly likes spicy stuff, so
no, she does not.
So you can get a half and half. You can get a bucket of half.
I can leave her at home.
Yeah, you can get a bucket of half regular, half spicy, but it is far better than KFC.
Really?
So, yeah.
Okay, I got to give it a shot. I'm excited about that now. I've seen the Jollibees in LA.
Mm-hmm.
There's one right next to one of the In-N-Outs we go to when we get back from the airport. When we're on a trip, we always stop at In-N-Out on the way back. And in one of the ones we stop at has got a Jollibee right next to it. And they're always fighting over parking lot space because they both have huge lines at the drive-thru.
Yes.
So that's good though.
Yes, but
cool.
10 out of 10 will recommend Jollibee. We're very excited for that opening up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And everything looks good. So yes, I did see Project Hail Mary.
Okay, what were your thoughts?
I couldn't wait to see Project Hail Mary because I'd read the book, and it was one of those books you read and you go, "There's no way they can make this a movie," and the movie proved you wrong. It's an awesome movie.
Oh, really?
Very, very good. It's about a school teacher who is forced into this project because there's some kind of force coming to Earth that is draining the sun. And his job is to go out there and find out exactly what it is, and try to figure out a way to put a stop to it. And so he's with a team of others, and they head out there and they tried. I didn't want to give anything away, so we'll just leave it right there. You've all probably seen the alien in it by now because
Rocky.
They were smart not hiding Rocky. They didn't want Rocky to be a surprise. It's not like the alien, they keep it all, or like Godzilla, the 2000s Godzilla, where you didn't see it till the day of release. They wanted you to go, hey, this is Rocky. He's part of this story. He's cool. Enjoy it. And so they've released images, and they've got really great popcorn buckets. One of them is Rocky in a little geodome. It's just cool. But the movie is funny. Ryan Gosling is incredible in it for somebody who's acting opposite a puppet most of the movie. And it's just really, really good. It's a little long, 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Woo.
And I didn't tell Shelly that because I knew she wanted to see it because she likes Ryan Gosling, but I didn't tell her until we got to the theater. Oh, by the way, this is 2 hours and 40 minutes. She's all, what? Because she doesn't like long movies. That being said, she said it flew by like nothing.
Okay.
So it's doing huge box office. They're looking at about $80 million this weekend, which is a record for a non-franchise film, and it's a big deal. So
nice. If you go on to Project Hail Mary's website, and at the bottom right-hand corner, there is an option to 3D print one of the little alien characters.
Really?
Yes, and the file is free, and you can print your own little. Smart. I don't think it's Rocky. It looks at it, it's just like this character that's got like little swirls and shit all over it. But yeah, you can print.
Have you seen a picture of Rocky?
I have.
Okay, so it's not Rocky for sure. That's the wrong Rocky, as he says in the movie. I'm Rocky, not the one from the boxing movie. Project. There we go. He kind of looks like almost like a spider, a rock spider. There he is. There's a good picture of him there.
Yes, it is not
plushie they sell there.
Yes, it is not Rocky. It's some sort of bipedal thing.
I wonder what it is.
We'll just go to Project Hail Mary's website.
Have a picture of it?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember anything else from that movie, honestly. But again, I don't want to give too much away. Is that a commercial?
3D model.
Well, there it is, right there.
Yeah. Oh, you can't download it, but
I did download it, but
yeah,
I can't open it.
you
Probably.
can't open it. Yeah, but yeah, it's this.
Oh, I see. It's right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that I know. Okay, there. That is that is something from the movie that I will not reveal.
Okay. Yes. But
it is a bipedal.
Yes.
Creature.
So that's a little model. So if you want one, Scott, I'll print
awesome.
one for
you.
Yeah,
maybe I would. That'd be cool. It's what a great. These guys are so smart at marketing this movie. They've been building it up. They've been pushing the book. Of course, the book was a huge bestseller. It's by the guy who wrote The Martian, which was a award-winning movie with Matt Damon. The directors are out everywhere as much as Ryan Gosling is, talking on shows and stuff like that. They did one of the Spider-Man movies, or maybe more than one Spider-Man movie, and they're really marketing it well, and it deserves it. It's one of those movies that a lot of the reviews have said, here it is, only March, and we've already got an Oscar contender for next year. So it's a big deal.
Yeah,
and I'm very glad that it was as good as they say it was, because honestly, when I was watching it when I was reading the book, I'm going, there's no way they can make this a movie. And they don't stray from the book. That's the other thing. The other thing that they did that makes this movie special, no green screen and no CGI.
Oh.
There's a little bit of CGI because certain things they couldn't do, like spaceships and stuff, but all the sets are built.
So CGI is minimal in it.
Very minimal.
Oh, that's good.
The sets are all built. They're all real. They're actually there. He's on them. So it's not like green screen behind him. Rocky is a puppet, not a CGI. So and I didn't even realize that till afterwards, because it looks like it's so smooth. It looks like CGI, but he's a puppet.
Oh,
so it's pretty incredible.
Did you watch the Orange Man Bad Awards last week? Or the Oscars?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? It's such a turnoff that it's just like the whole platform is just Orange Man bad.
Yeah, the Orange Man is bad, so I'm okay with that.
Here's the thing, though. Like, this is the problem I have. Like, it's like the only platform they have is just saying how bad he is, and I get it. Like, he's not a great president. Okay, like I completely understand. Like, I'm not a fan of him either, but it's just like, entertain me with something else now.
I hear people say that a lot, that and it mostly comes from people who support Trump. I'm not saying you, by the way, but yeah. I love it when somebody says, John will say this from the show, celebrities need to keep their mouths shut. We don't care about their politics. And I go, you voted for one of the biggest celebrities in the world. What the are you talking about?
Yeah, this is what bothers me, especially with this governor race that we're having right now, right? We have two Republican candidates that are actually the top two candidates.
But you can't. That's misleading, because the Democrats haven't picked candidates yet. There's 14 or something of them, and they're all fighting. Once that narrows down to one or two, that's going to change dramatically.
Yes, but here's the problem I have is I stay pretty neutral on the political side, but the candidates that are running for Democrat right now, it's all of it is just like, I hate Trump more than the other candidate. Like, if you look at, like, they're just like, oh, well, we're going to tax the rich and we're going to do this and we're going to do that, but I hate Trump. And then it's just like, well, I want to do all those same things too, but I hate Trump more than that person does. And it's just like, no. And then the two Republican candidates is Steve Hilton and Chad Bianco.
We love Trump.
No, it's not even like a we love Trump. They're like, California is falling apart. This is what I want to do to help Californians. Like Chad Bianco, and I'm a big Chad Bianco fan, by the way. So he's just like, look, like, California is unaffordable for middle class, and we can't tax the rich and get the rich out of California, and then the burden goes on to the middle class and the lower class. What I want to do is this, and this to help fix California. I want to lower registration costs. I want to remove this, and I want to do this. And it's just like, their whole campaign isn't saying like, oh, I fucking hate Trump and this, and that. It's like they're giving actual, like, whether they can do those things or whether they're going to do those things. Here's the thing. I would rather have someone tell me, like, this is what I'm going to try to do for California, than a candidate just saying like, I hate Trump the most.
Well, that's it. That's it. It should be about issues.
Yes.
And that's the thing that bothers me most about all those commercials, Democrat and Republican. there's so little they actually can do.
Yes.
I'm going to do this because you don't have the power to do that.
Yeah.
You can't. You gotta follow things. So it's all. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff because you can't do that. You can wish it. I wish it, but it's not going to happen.
And like Chad Bianco, he's very Second Amendment friendly. And it's funny, people were like, "Oh, well, Chad Bianco knelt during the BLM movement and this and that." And I'm like, okay, who fucking cares? Like, okay, like the guy has compassion. All right, that's not a bad thing, like, and
but a lot of people think it is.
Yeah. And so like it's funny because he's like Chad Bianco was in like a gun store. He's very Second Amendment friendly, by the way, and he was like talking about the handgun roster and requirements for AR-15s and all this other shit. And he was like, yeah, this is dumb. And, I'm going to work on. And so when he said he was going to work on like removing the roster and so on and so forth, I looked it up. I'm like, can the governor remove the handgun roster? No, the governor can't remove the handgun roster.
He can initiate it,
but he can modify the handgun roster. So he can remove the requirements for the hand. He can't take away the roster, but he can basically say, this part of the roster,
change what the roster's for.
He could change what the roster's for and make the requirements significantly less and so on and so forth. So yeah, there's stuff that he can do. But I'm not really pro Steve Hilton. I mean, the guy's only been a U.S. citizen for like 3 years.
Interesting.
And but like the whole tax the rich thing, I think is the dumbest premise ever. It look at where we're at now.
What does that change if you tax the rich and they don't, and they all move?
Exactly.
But what's the difference? If you tax the rich and they all move and it falls to the middle class, they get screwed.
Yeah, but there was
if you don't tax the rich, they're not paying any taxes. It still falls in the middle class.
Yeah.
This is my point. You want me to tell you the bottom line, folks? I'll tell you the bottom line. We're fucked.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
So
it's the stupidest thing, but like, it was so funny because like there was a debate, and Chad Bianco has not done debates, which is weird, but he's actually one of the leading candidates. One of the
he was a master debater.
Yeah.
I just love to say that.
And there was this debate, and it was all the Democratic candidates and Steve Hilton, the Republican. And he was like, they asked the question, are you going to tax the rich? And all of them were like, yeah, we're going to tax the rich. We're going to make sure they pay their fair share, blah, blah, blah. And it goes to Steve Hilton. He was like, no. He's like, we've lost enough business in California.
But nothing changes. See,
Yeah.
They're both saying the same thing.
Yeah.
We're going to tax the rich. They're going to move.
Yeah.
And the middle class is going to pay it. They're saying we're not going to tax the rich. They're not paying any taxes. The middle class still picks it up.
Yeah.
It's the same goddamn strategy.
Yeah.
There's no difference between them. It's just worded differently.
Yeah. So the oil refineries that shut down and all that other shit. And
it's just nuts.
It is nuts.
We're screwed.
We're screwed.
Like I said, the American dream is over. It's done.
Yeah.
So enjoy while you can, because the nukes are coming. Either the nukes or AI, which gets us first. We'll see.
Yeah.
We need to drink a beer now.
We need to drink a beer. Is it a beer or a seltzer?
It's a seltzer.
It's a seltzer today.
Goes like, I gotta find the videos. Like this.
And now it's time for the 9 a.m. Sunday morning Beer of the Week, here on the Anime Something or Other show live on Rough Edge FM. Brought to you by Pele Utu, Reno's only traditional tiki bar. A kaleidoscope of colors and tropical charm with the undeniable allure of paradise and intoxicatingly delicious cocktails. Pele Utu. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. 1275 Stardust Street in Reno, Nevada. For more information, please visit peleutu.com.
Okay. So
Alrighty.
This week
we have Crook and Marker organic super grain alcohol, whatever the fuck that means.
Super grain.
Watermelon lemonade seltzer. It's 0 sugar, infinite flavor, less than 1 gram net carbs, 80 calories. And what is the ABV? What do you think the ABV of this is?
Seltzer, I'm going to say 4.5.
You were very close. It is 4%.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Serving size is 1 can. There's 80 calories in this bitch, 15 milligrams of sodium, 4 carbohydrate, 0 sugars,
And a partridge in a
3 grams of erythritol,
Gesundheit.
which I think is probably a sugar. Yes. So.
Hold that can up to the camera there.
Oh, fuck
So,
the camera.
No, well, I'm not gonna because it's brought live and that'd be weird.
Yeah.
All right, so give it a try. See what you think.
It has a very alcohol-y smell to it.
There's nothing there.
Ugh, this is flat.
It's flat. It's tasteless. It's basically water. That's what I don't like about seltzers.
You know what? If this was carbonated, I think it would be a little better. That is terrible.
Yeah, I wonder if it's supposed to be more carbonated.
I think it
That's why
is.
they
Well, it's a
serve it.
seltzer, but this is.
Well,
this
it was on clearance.
Yeah, this was in the Ralph's
79
reduced
cents.
79 cents. Everybody, don't buy this. It's garbage.
Yeah, unless you get a chance to try it and it's a little fizzier. But even then, there's no flavor. There's no flavor to it. There's no.
It's just sweet.
oomph. It's just, it's like
Yeah.
sugar water.
Yeah, it's like sugar water. It's like if you took cotton candy and melted it in water.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring a Pliny next week because we've had so many crappy beers and things here. It's time to freshen the palate and start with something good.
You know what? I'll bring a 120.
Do that. I can't drink 120.
I can't drink a whole 120, so I couldn't do it.
And the worst thing is my next liver appointment is not till June 11th.
Jesus.
God, would you guys?
Didn't you just have one?
I had a test.
Oh,
But
okay.
I haven't got the results of the test back, and because my general practitioner is leaving his practice at the end of June. My liver doctor is on maternity leave. I got to get a drink here, folks. You need to get back to work.
Right?
So
Time for a second opinion.
yeah, a third or fourth opinion.
Find Dr. Ned from The Simpsons.
I'd take it at this point. Or Rodney Dangerfield's doctor, Dr. Vinny Boomba. Let's see what's going on at Crunchyroll. Is there anything we need to talk about there?
Yeah, we're just getting to the end of the seasons and everything. Anime awards are May 23rd.
What do you think the favorites are for the anime awards?
I don't even know anymore.
No?
I don't. Legitimately, Jujutsu Kaisen probably is up there.
We're scrolling through the Crunchyroll page until Devin tells me to stop at something.
Oh, there's Rooster Fighter. Did you watch that? I told you to watch Rooster Fighter on Hulu.
No, I utterly and completely forgot about it because I didn't make a note.
So I just found out that we had Hulu. I haven't had a chance to see it either. But a Rooster Fighter is, I believe the manga was called Cockfighter.
That's what they changed it.
They may have changed it. I'm not 100% sure, but it is about a rooster that trains to fight kaiju monsters.
Okay, I'm kind of in.
Yeah, and on Hulu it is subtitled and dubbed, so you can watch it dubbed, Scotty.
Cool.
But it's just a normal rooster. It's not like a monster or anything else like that. But he is training to fight. Here's the synopsis.
Yeah, read the synopsis.
Humanity is on the verge of collapse after demonic kaiju descend without warning, laying waste to cities and crushing all in their path. Resistance fails, hope fades, things look bad until a lone rooster steps forward with razor-sharp spurs and a battle cry that splits the sky. This unlikely hero carries the fate of the world on his wings. When defenses fall and hope fades, one bird will rise.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm in. I'm watching this for sure.
Yeah.
This sounds like fun.
Yeah. So
If it's anywhere near as good as that synopsis.
it is.
And I love that. I'll grab the graphic here for you folks because I got to see this rooster. I'm sure I'll
You have to convert it. Crunchyroll is very sensitive about their fucking images. So
okay. Give me a second here. I'll pull this up there for
But
you. So where did you hear about this?
I heard about it over a year ago when it was being made, and I was really hoping it was going on Crunchyroll, but it looked like Adult Swim got it.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay, so I'm processing the image and I'll share it all with you here in just a second here. Again, if you're listening to this podcast, you can always go to roughedge.tv and see the podcast. And we don't want to hear anything about our looks via email. Just deal with it.
Talk shit. I don't fucking care.
All right.
I'll take engagement even if it's hate comments.
Well, you know what Gene Simmons says about publicity. He says that he doesn't care what they say about him as long as they spell his name right. And he's proven that time and time again. Oops, that's not it. That's it. All right, so here comes Rooster Fighter, also known as Cockfighter some places, apparently.
I thought it was, but maybe it was just called Rooster Fighter. I'm not 100% sure. I can't be confirmed
There
on
it
that.
is,
This
Rooster Fighter. Look at he's
Rooster.
a badass rooster.
Yeah, so that's a regular rooster. We got a black hen, and then there's a silky there too on the left-hand side.
A little chick hiding behind his leg.
A little chick hiding behind his leg. So I haven't had a chance to see it. Letitia and I watched the Predator Badlands.
Did she enjoy it?
She did.
It's good.
She thought the little baby guy was hilarious.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made her laugh a couple of times, which is pretty impressive.
And you've heard that Schwarzenegger's been in talks with Trachtenberg to return to the Predator franchise.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh,
He's got 3 movies in the works now, apparently. The first is King Conan, which seems to be the one that's farthest along. He's returning as Conan the Barbarian, obviously. And they got the guy who wrote and directed the Mission Impossible movies writing and directing it. So that's big. That's big. The other one is the Predator thing, which he's in talks with Dan Trachtenberg about how to bring him back. Trachtenberg, I think, has had that in his mind because he went back for that animated Predator movie and put Schwarzenegger in there.
Yeah.
So I think that, and then the third is the one I'm most excited about, Commando 2.
Oh my God, Commando.
He says he's got a script and Fox is itching to get back in the Arnold business. So we might see Commando 2 sometime soon.
That
would
funny.
be very interesting to see what they do. I love Commando. My son and I watch it every Thanksgiving. It's time Commando Day.
It was funny. So we started watching Predator Badlands, and one of Letitia's first questions when the movie starts, it goes, "Where are the women predators?" And I was like, first of all, they're called Yautja. All right. Things right. But I know in the film franchise, the women predators aren't really the women Yautja. Aren't really discussed a whole lot, but I don't know if you know the lore.
I don't know much of it.
Women Yautja are actually superior to the men Yautja.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
And yeah, they're actually like badasses of badasses. So the women Yautja are pretty scary individuals.
8:53 a.m. Oh, thanks for the time.
Fucking
so they haven't made a movie about a female yet, a Yautja.
No, they haven't made.
Come on, Dan.
They're in the comics and in the books. They're mentioned quite often. But I mean, in the end of Predator Badlands, when they go, "Oh, what, reinforcements," and he goes, "No, my mother."
Yeah, that's a great ending. Yeah.
Yeah. So, have they said they're going to make a second one to that at all, or?
Trachtenberg has been given the keys to the kingdom, so I don't think he knows what he's going to do next. He probably has an idea, but he hasn't announced it. So.
Yeah,
but there'll be more Predator because he's made it a hit again.
Yeah, fantastic movie,
deservedly so. Yeah, he knows what he's doing with those characters. So, it must be nice to be handed the keys to the kingdom for one of those major franchises
and bringing it back
until you screw it up, and then they'll take him away just as quickly.
Yep. Until it doesn't double its money, and then you're out.
And that's so much for that. But yeah, so far so good. He's been doing great. My hunch is that there'll be another animated movie next, and it's just a hunch. I have no reason to believe that otherwise, and that may be how Schwarzenegger returns.
That's what I was gonna say. I think the most reasonable way of getting Schwarzenegger to return is through animated and just his voice. I don't know if Schwarzenegger could really do a live action with how old he is.
I don't know. He wouldn't be the same. Let's put it that way. But he's he does what he wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be super cool, like him still being old in the movie and such. But I don't know if Schwarzenegger has it in him too.
Well, that's why it's perfect for him to do King Conan first, because King Conan is Conan the Barbarian in his later years.
Yeah,
it's perfect.
Yeah.
But then Commando 2 is the one I'm really suspicious about. How are you going to do Commando 2? And my guess is it's more about his daughter, who he's trained in the commando ways, than it is about him. He's probably involved in it, and remember who played his daughter in that movie?
No.
It was Alyssa Milano.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's a horrible person.
Well, she's, if he trains her well, it could be, and who knows if she'll do it. She may not want to do it.
No.
But I'm excited about Commando 2. I'm also excited about Ready or Not Part 2, which started Friday.
Okay.
Have you seen the first one?
I have not.
It's about a woman who gets married and she's invited to her in-laws' house for the first time. And in order to be welcomed to the family, she has to survive the night. They lock all the doors. She's locked in the house with all of them. And their job is to hunt, the in-laws' job is to hunt her down and kill her. Her job is to stay alive for 24 hours. And so they're chasing her through the house. She's hiding in there, fighting back and forth. And it was vicious fun. And so I didn't know where they'd go with the sequel. So we're heading out tomorrow. So we'll see how it is. But looking forward to that. Yeah.
And here I was hoping you'd help me out with tomorrow's inspection. So,
if I'd have known, I wouldn't have bought tickets. Yeah, Devin's got a big inspection here.
I have a big inspection tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it.
Well, I'm telling you, make sure you get paid what you're supposed to, it'll cost you to do.
Yeah,
because that's going to be a big job.
Yeah,
and you'll see when you get there.
Yeah.
What else is going on? Anything else exciting? We talked about Firefly last week.
We did talk about Firefly last week. Oh, you know what I do want to talk about? Crafton. You remember the Crafton and Subnautica drama that I was talking about with the Crafton CEO using Chat GPT? Is
that right?
No, it's KRAFTON. Using Chat GPT to try and get out of a judge just recently reinstated the agreement between Crafton and the Subnautica developers, giving the Subnautica developers full control of their game again.
Oh wow!
And essentially saying they have until September of this year to meet their goal now. And if they meet their goal, Crafton will have to pay them $250 million.
Oh, well.
So they now have full control of the game again, because again, the Crafton CEO was taking control away from the developer of Subnautica 2. They did buy the game, but they bought the game, or they bought the studio, and then under the contract, if they sold X amount of copies, they would get a $250 million bonus. And then they started taking the Subnautica CEO away from the game, so he couldn't work on it and all this other stuff.
Right,
and then
sending him to do something else.
Yeah, just really, really shitty stuff. Well, it turns out that he is now kind of screwed. And so they have until, I think, September to meet that goal again. So I think...
See, that's the danger. Things happen. When Ren and Stimpy first was released on Nickelodeon,
I remember that.
Smash hit.
Yep.
But the creator and filmmaker couldn't keep up. With the episodes that Nickelodeon wanted. Mm-hmm. He couldn't do it. He just, whether he was capable or whether he was lazy, who knows, but he couldn't keep up. So Nickelodeon exercised their contract and ended up owning Ren and Stimpy and doing it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
And the door was left open by the guy when he signed the agreement. That's what I signed up for. But that's the danger, because Nickelodeon could have technically done that at any time, whether he was successful or not. They could have said, well, we're not happy with this, we're taking over. That's what seems to have happened here. But the problem is, it's so easy to be untruthful about that.
Yeah.
It's subjective almost. Well, you didn't do this right, we're going to take over. Define what we didn't do right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's where I think the situation that Crafton and is it Unknown Worlds found themselves.
Unknown Worlds, yes. So, but Crafton was essentially doing everything they possibly could to try and keep them from making their money. They wanted the early access was ready to be released, and Crafton basically said, no, it's not ready to be released yet.
Yeah, see, that's exactly my point. That's a subjective thing. When the game makers say it's ready, and they say, no, it's not, we're not going to pay you. That's where it gets sticky.
Yeah.
Because you've given them an unfair advantage.
Yes. So, but the game was expected to blow up in early access, and it was more than likely going to meet the goal when they released it in early access.
Okay, so let me ask you where it stands at this point then. Is the game still available?
The game's not up yet.
No, I know, but pre-orders and stuff like that, has there been any?
There's no pre-ordering for the game. What basically is going to happen, because this is what they did with the original Subnautica, is they put it up for early access. And that means you get a little bit of discount on the price,
right?
And all this other stuff. And then you get to watch the game be developed. As like you can beat the portion of the game that's out, and then in 3 months they release an update, a major update that has more content or graphic fixes and all this other stuff, and they do hot fixes. And
So how successful is that program?
it was, I mean, typically early accesses are pretty successful, but with Subnautica 1, it was very successful. People were lining up at the fucking, foaming at the mouth for this game, and really loved to watch this game progress and such. And then it released to 1.0, the full version of the game, and, had its full story and everything else like that. So, I don't think Crafton really knew what they were getting into when they set this goal, because it was not an impossible goal. And here's the problem. Here is definitely the problem now. And I don't know if this was a publicity stunt, but definitely with this drama that has happened with Subnautica 2, when it goes into early access, when it releases on early access, there is the internet. The internet has a habit of sticking up for the little guy.
Yeah.
So there is going to be a big push to buy the early access game to screw over Crafton.
That's probably true. That could be an easy campaign to organize.
Yes, with how public it was, especially with the CEO of Crafton using ChatGPT for legal advice, because it came out in Discovery. And Discovery's a scary, scary thing. But it came out in Discovery that he was using ChatGPT for legal advice on how to not pay the $250 million bonus. And I think with all of that and how much hatred there is for AI right now, I think it's just fuel for the fire, and it's really going to just absolutely accelerate this game into easily within the first 48 hours of meeting the requirements for the bonus.
Okay, so here's where my question was leading then. Is Crafton a big enough company to afford the $250 million bonus, or are they going to bankrupt themselves?
I don't know. I mean,
because that's a lot of money to anybody.
$250 million. Well, I think they bought the company for fucking close to $1 billion.
Yeah. Okay, so they probably do have the money.
They probably have the money, but they're gonna. I think
but it's still gonna hurt.
Yes. Well, Google it real quick. How much did Unknown World sell for? $500 million.
Okay, so that's $500 million.
And then in addition to the purchase price, the deal included a potential $250 million earnout bonus based on specific revenue targets, bringing the potential value of the acquisition to $750 million. So they bought it for $500 million, and they would get an extra $250 million if they made.
Crafton can afford it.
They're worth $11.6 trillion.
Yeah, they can afford that. I don't even know why they're fighting over a $250 million if they've got 11 trillion. But I'm not a business guy, so I don't know. But that just seems silly.
As of March, the market cap is $6.98 billion. I'm just looking at the bottom thing down below.
Yeah, so even then,
yeah,
I mean, $250 million, because they're going to end up paying lawyers this much.
Oh, that's 11.6 trillion KRW. I don't know what KRW.
Oh, that's true.
But USD, it's $7 billion. They're worth $7 billion. So
that's still a lot of money. But it does make a big difference there. I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah,
Korean dollars thing.
So
they probably can't afford it. And like I said, now they're going to end up paying probably the $250 million in legal fees, plus $250 million if they lose.
Yeah.
You're back to another $500 million.
Yeah. So
that's the problem with these kind of things.
So I think they're going to get screwed. I think early access for Subnautica 2, because it is heavily anticipated. And I think with this whole legal battle thing and the CEO of Crafton being an absolute fucking turd nugget over the whole thing, I think
don't mince words, Devin. How do you really feel?
I think they're going to end up paying out the $250 million. I think it's going to go out in early access in the next couple of months, because the judge basically ordered the Unknown Worlds team back onto the thing. They can't remove them from the game now, and they're going to release it into early access. And I think it's going to be a smash hit.
Unknown Worlds is under the gun too, though, because they got to be ready by September.
They have to. It has to be
for $250 million.
They have to meet the sales goal before September of something. Yeah. September something of for that. So of this year.
So and they're going to do everything in their power to do that for sure. Good. Okay. Interesting story. All right. So we'll be back next week.
More
of the same here. And we'll have another fascinating seltzer to explore. We may start hitting the bottles on the shelf just because it's safer.
Oh my God.
We'll get Devin out of here teetering. Other than that, see you around.
Yeah. See you next week.
Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.